All right, we got a good one for you guys today. We are heading to the Bahamas. Donald Brodsky got a 2,000 square foot home with humidity issues, and we're heading to Cat Cay. Got a good show for you guys today. All right, guys, the building scientist is going over the pond. We're heading, and we're gonna be doing, we got Rob Farina here. We'll be working on a house, about 2,000 square foot house. We're gonna do a blower door. We're gonna be doing duct leakage. We're gonna be doing the TrueFlow grid. And we'll see if we can figure out what's going on with this house. Got a good show for you guys today. We'll keep you in a loop. When we get there, we'll do some videos. What is going on here? I'm jumping in this bad boy. The building scientists, we're going. Headed to the Bahamas, baby.
We know we're going.
Yeah. That's the end of this trip. All right, we got the equipment. We're pulling up to the house in the golf cart. Let's see what's going on. All right. This is it. All right, so we got the blower door. We got the TrueFlow grid, duct leakage tester. All the field piece probes. AC is here. Looks like they're using a blue media foam, which is not the best. And we just had a little interview with the homeowner. Looks like they had issues here on this wall. There was an entertainment unit here. And one of the main problems is an interstitial space that they had here, attic access. It was here, and it butted up to this wall here. So they couldn't figure out why there was a cavity at the top. You could just drop a screwdriver down. So working on some condos in the past, I realized that they do that in condos. They build out a wall a little bit for plumbing. So I believe that's what we got going on. We've got open wall cavity, and they did seal that up. I believe in the beginning of 2025, they said. And they're still getting a mold smell, and they're having humidity issues. So we're gonna get to the bottom of it and keep you guys in the loop. There is quite a bit of hi-hats here.
And I bet you they're not
Yeah.
sealed.
Mr. Farina's here, Donald, and we'll find out when we put the blower door on. We'll find out what's going on. We also have a space here. See how connected that is. Rob said that the crawl space underneath has no insulation, so we're gonna dig into that as well.
But we have a porcelain floor.
We do have a porcelain floor that acts as a vapor barrier, yeah. And then she said, homeowner said that she's having humidity issues in there and temperature, hot in the cabinet as it is outside, which makes sense because usually this wall here is connected to outside partially, and you have no insulation on the floor, so the heat will come through. And it was very damp in these cabinets here. And this acts as a good vapor barrier, but most likely under there's plywood under this sink, under the cabinet. So we'll get to it and we'll keep you guys in the loop. All right, facing the house, the left-hand side bedroom, looks like we've got a hot spot right about there by the board. See how we're picking up a red spot, very small, 83. Everywhere else is like 82 on the ceiling, but they did have missing insulation here in one of the walls above the window. It looks like they addressed that. Here's a hot spot. '85 up there. So this bedroom, front bedroom, not too bad. All right, we've got a small envelope issue. We are right back there. Let's see, they had foamed it up, but that back corner is, I can see through the tape. And then the back of the jamb, usually not done, but it is what it is. This is a return box, so that needs to be sealed up. And then this is going down to the floor. We'll see how it does with the blower door. I think it's just an open cavity. You can see we're pulling air from the that bottom plate. It's just not sealed. This is a return box. Once you close this door, this is our return. All right. All right, guys, we're just about to do a TrueFlow grid. I should have married it with the Measure Quick report. But we got like a C+, we got a 4-ton Trane TEM4 air handler, so a standard air handler with a standard condenser, and it looks like we've got a low charge. Looks like the static is high, and subcool is off. This door is just restricting a lot of airflow, so we're going to do a separate TrueFlow grid report. You know, we're pressed for time. We got to get the plane here right around 4 or 5 o'clock, so we got a jam, and we're getting a C+ on the system. It's like a year or two old, 2024, and we'll send this out. So let's see what we got. I'll give you a quick rundown. Subcool's 2. There's our TD. Oops, sorry. 18-degree TD. Airflow is coming up low. 38,000 on a 48,000 unit. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna do a TrueFlow. Cooling mode. Air handler. Upflow. Filter location is slot. Cooling capacity is 4 tons. And we are in the Bahamas, so 350 per ton. Okay. All right, so we want return, and we want it after the filter. All right, so we're gonna get probes going there. I'm gonna close the door. We gotta hook up the probe first. And it's gonna go on the positive side. And we gotta close the door. Let it stabilize. And then we're gonna go after the filter, which is tough on this filter slot. See the green tube moved. And then we're gonna go, this is a tough one. We're gonna go right through the, took the screw out. And we're on the other side of the filter. Just gotta make sure that is coming out on the other side. We've got the media filter here. There we go. Let's see what we got. There it is. And then supply. I think it's like 0.3 with the door closed. 0.35. Hit continue. Put the grid in. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like it fell. And it looks like we're getting about 1,300 CFM. All right, so we just got done doing that report. It looks like the static is way too high. Overall, airflow is low. Generate report. And that's what we got. And then we got TEC's recommendations. There you go. All right, the reason why we're negative is found out that we've got 2 attic fans just pulling air out of this home. And it looks like we are off of temperature. 2 of them. So I'm gonna turn these off and then do another test and see what we look like. Look at the ductwork just sitting on the trusses. Man. This is all new ductwork. New blown insulation. All right, let's go test downstairs. It's just got holes in that one. That's not gonna work too good. Huh. That's a problem, man. All right, guys, we got our ampli out. We've done our scans. I'm gonna do a full whole house, and I'm gonna do a room by room. But you know what? Let's back this out. There's my whole home. And it looks like we've got 1,527 square foot. Everybody was thinking it was around 2,000, but that's what we got. We're gonna do the blower door here in a little bit, and we got to hit window values and everything, but we're getting like completely different values than what everybody thought. I think we're going to be around a 2.5 when I put all the values in. They did have a 5-ton. Just ripped it out for this unit about a year and a half ago, and we've got a 4-ton. So you guys let me know what you think might be the issue here. We're going to also do duct leakage, so we'll let you know. Keep you in the loop. Ampli's almost done. All right, guys, we got the blower door set up, and we'll do the duct leakage right after that. But look at the power of the ampli, the load calc, the 3D LiDAR. So without this, we wouldn't be able to get an ACH. We don't have any blueprints for this house or anything. So we scan the entire house. Now we've got volume, and we got the square footage. So we're gonna go over to settings on the DM32, and we're gonna put our volume in, and now we can get ACH number. Before, we just get a CFM 50. So I'm gonna do that. I'll fire up the camera and see what we get. I'm guessing it's gonna be around 5 ACH 50, probably like around 2,000 CFM 50. And that's at 50 pascals for the guys that don't know. So that's CFM, and then the Pascal rating right there. Just sitting here, we're at positive 3.5 on this side of the house. So we've got a lot of wind coming over, so it'll be positive over there, and it'll be a weird dynamic today. We got like 20-mile-an-hour winds. All right, so we're gonna pop these values in to the manometer, and we'll be able to get more detailed information because of ampli. All right, guys, we got our baseline. Super windy out today. We got ring B8, set pressure at negative 50 pascals. All right, let's see. I'm thinking like 5 ACH, like 3,000 CFM 50. Dear God. All right, we're at like 6 or 7. Woo! Wow. Okay. Let's see what we got for CFM. So I'll hit CFM, and we got about 1,500 CFM, and we got about 1,500 square foot. So it's like 1-to-1. All right. To see if we got any air coming out of this. We've got a crawl space, and it is screaming out here. We've just got humid air coming out through there. Jeez. Let's see how we doing over here. Yeah, a lot of air.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
coming up from me.
Yeah,
from
take a look right there. Yeah.
where the dust is.
We got our mold man here. He's checking it out. Yeah, feel that corner right where the drain line. Can you feel the air?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So it's pulling it up, or is that always?
It's
that?
pulling air because we're in a negative right now. And then we'll check, make sure we've got all the windows closed. Make sure the attic hatch is good. Yeah, it's got a little spot right there. There's nothing coming, not too much. Goodness gracious. But everything else is closed, so it is what it is. We're leaking a lot of air. So, all right, we're gonna put that number into our ampli, and it'll change our load calculation because it's definitely not our default, which is average. So we've got just an average default in there right now. So we're gonna go around with the smoker and test around what we've, you know, the windows and see how leaky everything is. So what is going on? We got a barge out there. All right, guys, I got the blower door off. I just put the cover on. Kick the AC on, and we are closing the bedroom, the primary. We got a hose tucked under, and we're measuring the pressure inside the room. And we are 9 pascals. This is usually where we get the roomulator out, and we can put the roomulator inside of the door here, and we can get to around 3 pascals, and we'll be good to go. But I'm trying to find my roomulator here. I usually keep one in my wallet, and I use it as a squeegee. You know, I got 2 for 1 deal. All right, here we go. Got it. Got the roomulator. I'm gonna put it in the doorway here, and we're trying to get this to around 3 pascals. You know, I don't even think I'm doing it right. Right from there. There we go. So there's 2. No, I gotta go here. There we go. You don't use it every day, you know, you lose it. There's 3, 3.8. All right, a little bit more. So we're gonna go like 3 inches to 2.5. Look at the back of the card. And the crazy thing is, they've got some type of bypass that connects over there. Unbelievable. So they're gonna need more. And you don't know till you test, right? All right, so we got every bedroom closed, right? We're depressurizing the main area because we got mad air. We're positive pressurize that room, positive pressurize that room. This is gonna go negative because our return is right here. It's trying to pull air. It's dumping the air in the room, it's pressurizing. I'm gonna go negative, so we're -6 here. All right, guys, we are doing a duct leakage test. We got everything all sealed up. The blue tape is all around, and you wouldn't believe this. Not bad, not bad. 1,500 square foot, 74 CFM. Not great, but you wouldn't believe this. I had to take the blower out. I could not get it down there. The tape wasn't sticking on the metal cabinet, so I had to get the blower door, not the blower, the duct blaster hooked up inside the return here. So inside the supply for the blower. So not too bad, but you know, not the best. I'll see if it comes up as new construction. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get a report for new construction, and 74 CFM at 25 pascals. All right, we are up in the attic in the master. So this is the ceiling. All right, you can see previously a lot of growth. Looks like they sealed the can light. That's good. There's the boot. See the rust on there. So what I'd like to see is some of the blown insulation moved away a little bit, right up to that spray foam, just like that. I don't want to see too much in between here. Let's see, it's a little wet. So maybe we can come by and do a little bit more spray foam in here, and just keep it right there, and then you can go high here. So this is that interstitial wall. Plumbing's going down. They had a lot of issues in here where the top plate is not sealed. Right there. You can still see they sealed it. But there is, it's very tough to get these top plates sealed. All right, same spot up in the attic. Here's the primary bedroom. And all the ductwork was they told us was new. It does look new flex, but they need to strap it because we're starting to get dampness already here. You see the 2x4s it's wet. It's wet. So that one, we just need to get it lifted. It needs to dry out. Here's another connection. You can see it's actually starting to grow. Not good. So you see that black strap that was used previously to keep the older duct strapped up. Like they strapped that one there. Just needs to be strapped up higher. The boots. Try to get to another boot. There's plumbing right here. So, ooh, it's tight. But yeah, the spray foam, the boot is real rusty right there. Just rusted out really bad. So, this was a problem issue area, so with growth. So let me get in over here. All right, we are over in the living room area. You can see how that one there looks like they moved all the insulation away so it wouldn't sweat as much. I mean, they can go a little closer. So this one's compacted. Looks like they compacted it. So what I'd like to see is there's the boot right about here to the edge, and then we can come up higher right there. It looks like they spray foam. It's actually really wet, soaked. All right, so this needs to be masticed. It's soaked. Oh man. And this jacket needs to be foamed to the boot or all masticed. So our jacket is compromised and we're losing our R value. Once it gets wet, it takes a long time to dry out. You can see we're losing our silver. So it is just deteriorating. So there's our boot. And it just was not done properly. They should have sealed this. Outer jacket needs to go to here. Not good. It is just sweating bad. All right, so we are right next to that boot in the living room. Here's our mixing box for the living room. And it looks like these connections were not sealed properly either. Now, the internal jacket could be fine, and that's fine, but this silver needs to touch this silver, and it needs to be applied with either a mastic or a silver tape. It is slightly wet here, so that connection, same thing here. So all these connections need to be mastic with something that is a sealant. So if we have no air leaking through here, this still needs to have an R value because the hot air will get in through this. This is not an air barrier. It needs to get in there, and we need to seal that jacket because it's 50 degrees underneath here. All right, I'm underneath the house, and it looks like the first 20 feet, here's the front door over there. The AC unit is right there, and it's just dripping water right there. I think the drain line has been disconnected. Yeah, there we go, it's disconnected. The drain line does go that way, but it just broke loose. Okay, and that needs to be sealed. There's no insulation on the subfloor here, but then once you get over here, they do have R13 bats. looks like there's some growth there. Fix the camera. You know, we have low set points in here, you know, 68. So floor's gonna get cold, and here we go. Here's an open bay. So we did the load calc for no insulation. That should be the end of the wall. So we do. It's really weird. We got this is all insulation. Well, you know what you can see, and this side, nothing. Very interesting. All right, I'm getting out of here. Oh, I tell you, it's a tough day at work today. Woo! We gotta head back to the airport soon, right over there. But I think we got everything we needed. I'll wrap up this house. We got the blower door, duct leakage, airflow, true flow grid. The airflow was a little low. We got the tonnage. We got a amply load calc done. I got Rob in there. Got Donald all the information just now. We're gonna go over everything, and yeah, we'll get it all straightened out. Put it together in a report, and once we get everything together, we'll throw it to you guys. I'll make another video and let you know what the solutions are. So, but yeah, hopefully this was a good one for you guys. If you got any questions, throw it in the comments. Catch you guys on the next one.